Are you guys ready for day 109? It's raining.
What's up, guys? I am Michael McAnally, and this is Leo the Hiking Dog. For the last year, we have been planning and preparing for this thru hike of the Appalachian Trail. Thank you for joining our adventure. If you are enjoying the journey, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We would be super thankful.
Alright, it started raining about 6 o'clock this morning. It's almost 9 o'clock now. Hasn't really let up at all. I was hoping that it would let up a little bit enough for us to get out of the tent and get moving. I haven't been in a rush to get moving because it's also cold. So it's 50 degrees. And so raining and wet in the cold, I don't know. We haven't done that in a while. So I haven't been trying to fully prepare myself mentally to get out of this tent. So, but we're about to do it. We got to get going. Gotta get the miles in today. So, all right, here we go. All right, this was last night's tent spot. Not a good choice. I had pooling water up underneath the tent, which caused water to get into the floor of my tent. So maybe next time I'll figure out how to use the platform. But that's okay. All right, we're heading out on trail. Still raining, and we got everything packed up. Hopefully it gets sunny later so I can dry my stuff out. Lay everything out and get dried out in the sun. It's supposed to quit around noon, hopefully, but you just never know. You just never know. All right, we had a goal of, I think, a little under 20 miles, a little under 19 miles today. But we are getting off to a late start, so we're going to hit that goal. We're going to have to hike a little bit later. When I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and it was raining, I decided to not jump out of the tent and get everything ready, but kind of just sleep in, because that's what I've been doing with my wife for the last few days. And so, yeah, the results of that are a late start and everything being wet. All right. So we're going to get on trail and we're going to get these miles in. We are going to leave Massachusetts today and step into Vermont. And why not step into Vermont on a rainy day? Its nickname is Vermud. So we're going to see what it's like to be in a wet Vermont. Hopefully not. Maybe this is just one day rain thing and everything dries up and we have a nice stroll through Vermont. But we'll see. Well, we're definitely getting there today, for sure. It's only 7 miles away, and we are heading that direction. Alright, we are making our descent into North Adams, the place that I just spent the last few days hanging out with my wife. The reason why is because when she flew in, I was in Cheshire, which was about a 20-minute drive south on the trail. So I went ahead and got a shuttle to meet her at North Adams where she had booked the room. And then when she left, she dropped me back off in Cheshire, which means I had to hike north. And so I still have to walk through North Adams where I just spent the last few days. So that's what we're going to be doing, is walking through North Adams. And then I think pretty much not much further after that, we're going to cross over into Vermont. And so we're going to hit that border right after that, right after we get out of North Adams. It's not that far. And hopefully, this rain has kind of subsided a little bit. So, but I need some sun because, like I said, I didn't set up, as I showed you guys, I didn't set up my tent in the greatest spot last night, and it is wet. So I need a good sun spot to kind of lay my tent out and let it get dried off. Nothing else got wet. I mean, just the towel that I was using to kind of clean everything up. But yeah, so my tent needs some drying out, and I need to also see what's in the forecast and everything right now, so that I can make better decisions. I didn't look at anything yesterday. I just kind of jumped back on trail, was spending the entire morning with my wife and not paying attention to kind of like the trail stuff, you know what I mean? Like what I would normally look at, weather and distance and spots and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I definitely need to pay a little closer attention, because I could have avoided all this by just jumping in the shelter last night, and I would have dry gear this morning and I would have left earlier. But waking up in a tent in the rain after spending 3 days off the trail, sleeping in, doing all the things, it was a little harder getting up and getting going this morning than I would have liked. But we'll get back into a regular schedule. It's just going to take a few days of being out here. All right, we are, like I said, making that final descent, and we'll be in North Adams soon. Welcome back to North Adams. We have dropped right back down into a neighborhood here. There's going to be some road walks and stuff to get back to the trail and go past through North Adams. I'm probably about to lose this raincoat because I'm getting a little hot in it, and it's not raining anymore. I think it's going to hold off for the rest of the day. So I think I'm going to take that gamble, stop, and take this raincoat off. And then we're going to walk through North Adams and pass right through. Don't have any reason to stop for anything. And yeah, we're just gonna hit the trail on the other side. I love that smoke coming out of the mountains on the other side, the clouds and stuff. It's beautiful. All right. Alright, we got a little under a mile and a half before we finish up Massachusetts. I got my boy Parks with me. Haven't seen him in a while, and he kind of ran into me right out of North Adams and surprised me. So we got one more lookout though. We should have a chance at one more view if it's not socked in. It's called F's Lookout, so we're heading that direction. So we got one more Massachusetts view to show you, and then it's going to be on to Vermont. Get to enter Vermont on a nice rainy, wet day and see if it lives up to the reputation of Vermont. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping at some point we get a little bit of sunshine though, so I can set my tent out and get it dried out, because I do plan on camping tonight and my tent is soaked. So all right, we're gonna keep on pushing and show you this view when we get to it.
Yep, so you do hard left too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting off trail. He had something going on with work, so he had to go back for that. he said that he was going to be getting back on trail from, I think September is what he said. Finish up the rest of the trail. Okay, nice. I like it.
All right, guys, we have made it to Vermont. Somehow we walked right past whatever that view was supposed to be. So apparently it wasn't that spectacular because I didn't see it. So now we are on the Appalachian Trail / the Long Trail. So the Long Trail is a trail that goes through Vermont as well. So they actually are combined together for a little bit. So we're going to be walking both of those things for a while. But yep, so Massachusetts is done, and me and Parks were talking about it. We have 3 states left. We have Vermont, New Hampshire, and then Maine. So man, we're getting close. I can taste it. I can feel it. I can see myself touching that sign. It is so close, so close. But all right, we're going to get this hike started in Vermont. No, I had a custom made. It's reflection time. We just left Massachusetts and we're now in Vermont. So let's think back on exactly what all Massachusetts had to offer. Probably my favorite thing in Massachusetts is as soon as you enter, you drop right down into what's called Sage's Ravine. That was probably one of the most beautiful, like, creek hike, you know, right next to you know, like flowing water source that I remember. And it was very memorable because of just how beautiful it was down there. So that was probably one of the most memorable things about Massachusetts. And then, of course, my favorite thing was being able to spend time with my wife for our 10th anniversary. So Massachusetts now will forever hold a place in my heart now that I got to celebrate my wife's birthday and our 10-year anniversary in Massachusetts. So yeah, so now it's going to be a special state to me. Very cool. But all right, now on to Vermont. What am I expecting from Vermont? I don't know. I've never been here before, other than driving up to Bennington on with my wife the other day. But as far as trail goes, you know, the rumors, you know, with the rumor mill, when you listen to people talk about trails, you talk about Vermud. They talk about how muddy Vermont is. So we're going to see. We're going to see for ourselves. I've never taken anybody else's advice or you know, warnings about parts of trail. I want to form my own opinion. You know, you hear things like Virginia blues and, oh, how bad the Smokies were and all those type of things. And, you know, those are some of my favorite things that I've been to so far. So I don't listen to others' opinions. I go form my own. So, yeah, what am I looking for in Vermont? Hopefully a bear. Because I still haven't seen one yet. I passed a girl this morning that was at the shelter last night, and her name's Virio, and she started her flip-flop, and she's already seen 3 bears, and she started a flip-flop. I don't know. Like I said, I think I have a natural bear hormone that just like repels them or something. But anyway, but maybe we'll get a bear. All right. We're going to knock these 3 states out of the park. All right, here we come, Vermont. finally got a spot where we can stop and try to dry the tent out. We're in a power line, like open area here. I mean, the sun's been out for a while, but we haven't been able to see it because we've been in the trees for so long. So this is our first opportunity for me to be able to pull that tent out and get some sun on it and get the bottom of it dried out, flip it over, try to get the top of it dried out. But we're having a late lunch anyway, so I didn't stop for lunch until now. Leo's eating right now, and I'm gonna eat my lunch. So we'll hang out for a bit and see if we can't get this thing. We've got a good, nice little breeze, combination of that and the sun, and maybe a 30-minute break. We should get this tent dried out. And the hill that we're going to try to camp on tonight should have a view. So I'm excited to be away from a shelter and to camp somewhere again. That's going to be cool. So that's the plan right now. So I'm going to get my lunch in my belly, and we're going to keep trying this tent out and then hit the trail again. We got about I think 7 more miles to go. That should be what we have left in the day. But all right, guys, we can keep on pushing. I know those are power line views, but so far those are the only views that Vermont has had to offer. So maybe we'll get something tonight at the camp that we plan on getting to, if we still get there in time. But so yeah, the tent got dried out sitting there in that lunch spot that we took, and so that's one worry that I don't have to worry about. I didn't know what time I was going to get to camp. Sometimes you can get to camp and set up the tent, and if it needs to dry out, you got a couple hours you can let it sit and kind of air out. But Vermont has definitely been living up to Vermont. My feet have been wet all day long. No matter how I avoid it or try to avoid it, I'm stepping in water and stepping in mud, and my feet are just absolutely covered in dirt and mud. So I guess that's just the way it is. I'd like to see it I'd like to see it like on a day where it didn't just rain like, a lot that morning, because we got a lot of rain this morning, and see if it's kind of the same way or not. But like I said, that is what it is. All right, we've got, I think, a little less than 6 miles now left, and we're gonna pass by a couple shelters, and I do have to figure out the last water source before we go to camp, because there's no water up there. So those are the things that we have to figure out today. And then maybe, just maybe, I doubt it, but we'll see if this green tunnel opens up and offers us anything other than just like overgrown trail, because that's what we've gotten a lot of. Overgrown trail and mud so far. All right, keep on pushing. Well, we are about 1.5 miles from the next shelter. We are starting to lose light very quickly out here. I don't know why. It doesn't normally get dark this early. It's only 5:45 right now. So I'm contemplating on whether I want to make that final push, because I don't know if I want to be setting up in the dark, especially as wet as it is. I mean, just everything's wet out here. So even if I do make it up there, there's no guarantee I don't find, a nice camping spot that's dry, and so I don't know. We're going to get to the shelter first. That was where I was planning on getting water. So we'll get there, get the water and evaluate the shelter situation. If there's not very many people in the shelter, I might just dive into the shelter and get an early start tomorrow, make up the extra mile or two, but we'll see. First we got to get there. Like I said, I'm starting to lose light, and I don't want to break out a headlamp because I don't want to hike in this mud in the dark, because that's what will happen. All right, I'm gonna keep on hiking. Alright guys, we made it to the shelter and we're going to call it a night here. I didn't want to climb up that hill and potentially have some more rain tonight. There's a little bit of rain maybe in the schedule tonight, so we're gonna bunk here in the shelter, and I'm gonna eat dinner and get everything set up. It's a bunk bed type thing, so we're gonna get Leo up on the second bunk here. I'm gonna show you guys. Alright, there's the platform we're gonna get set up on. I haven't done anything yet because I haven't eaten. We're gonna go ahead and eat dinner, and we're gonna call it a night, so we'll see you guys tomorrow.